Alright guys, want to go over just a couple of things that I've seen so far with my new HPI Sprint 2 Flux. Right now I do have the drift tires on it. I did a little drifting yesterday and I got to experience so far a pretty good vehicle. Just want to go over a couple of the things that I have been having issues with so far. I am definitely new to the street thing. I have had a Ken Block Traxxas car before, and it was an okay car. It drifted okay if you only drifted in one direction, but once you switch directions, you basically spun out. So, wanted to give my shot at this thing. Heard some good reviews on this thing, and wanted to see how I do. So, anyways, here's some of the initial issues I've had with the car so far. And I'll kind of break it down to just a few items, nothing major. When I first got the car, the instructions are just horrible. There's been supplement after supplement, and if you open up the instructions, it's actually for the non-Flux version. In other words, it doesn't have the Castle motor and Castle ESC, the brushless system, in it. So it takes you through the process to get that car set up, not the Flux. The Flux, you do have to program the ESC to the remote, basically. In other words, you have to hold full throttle before you turn the vehicle on. Well, that's my next issue. There's no on-off switch on the car. So you have to hold full throttle with one hand and try and plug a Dean's connector in with the other. So, anyways, it was a little trying at first, and after many attempts, in about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, there is the radio wasn't bound to the car, so I had to end up rebind the remote to the car and then program the ESC, and then it finally started working. So it was a little trying, but I ended up getting that working. So as far as the overall appearance of the car, great scale looks. The wing is a little bit big for the body, in my opinion. It just seems like it sticks a little bit further out from the body and is maybe just a little bit too aggressive. Overall, the car's design is very nice. I'm not used to the belt drive, so that'll get some attention, I'm sure, in the near future. The battery tray, in my opinion, is somewhat horrible. I have done a slight mod to it. I brought both sides of it in to accommodate a 6-cell, basically a 6-cell 2S LiPo, because the stock battery is definitely longer. It's a 7-cell nickel metal hydride, and that's that right there. So, anyways, I did somewhat modify it, and I am using a soft pack because my hard packs will not fit inside of the car. And as you notice here, this little thing swivels out, but these wires are in the way, so you have to kind of lift up on that. I'm sure that's going to get old after a while. May have to figure out something else, but here's the two differences on the batteries. Try and even all this up for you, but there it is. Basically, that one extra cell down there is just a little bit longer. So this thing, I charged it once, used it. It's very slow. So I went with the Sky LiPo. This is the 2-cell 5,000 milliamp. It says it's a 40C continuous 80C burst. Anyways, I only paid $20 for it, so it's not too bad. As far as the battery compartment, this is a soft pack, so I didn't want to. I've heard some issues with not running soft packs in any type of carbon fiber chassis, so I went ahead and padded the inside of it just to take up some of the extra slack. Padded it right there as well, just to keep the LiPo kind of snug in there, so to speak. So we'll see how that goes. The other issue that just kind of there's a lot of Philips hardware on this car. It's a mix between half Philips, or the majority of Philips, and some of your standard hex. So I mean, if you see right here, that's all Philips, but then you get to the radio box, and those are all Allens. So kind of odd. Seems like the hex hardware is just a little bit better. It holds better when you're turning. But overall, that's it for that. The drift tires, I've ran them once, and they've started to wear down quite a bit already, so we'll see how those do. Those are the Bridgestone Potenza tread pattern. I have ran the T-Drift before, just a plain, and wanted to get a little bit something different. So anyways, that is that. On the other side, the spur and the mesh there seems to be pretty good. Has just a little bit of wiggle room in there, which is good. Overall, I don't know about. I've heard lots of issues with the rear differential and getting a rock caught in there, and I believe they have done a cutout now, so that should not be an issue with a rock getting caught and just shredding your belts and everything. So other than that, that is it for now. I will hopefully be posting some running videos here if I can get someone to hold a camera while I run, and I'll be going from there. Over and out.